Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I am your host, Bro Power the Geek. All right, time to talk. There aren't any fights this week, but I still wanted to post something. So lucky you're getting the first Geek's Rant. Go ahead and pour a drink or microwave some pizza rolls. We're diving in. Today's topic, Illia Topuria. So, Illia has officially vacated the featherweight title and is moving up to fight Charles Oliveira. It's still unclear whether it'll be for the lightweight title or not, since Islam Makhachev is also moving up as well. But I've got a few problems with all this. So let the geek rant for a second. First off, I don't like Topuria moving up in weight so soon. If you've been watching this sport as long as I have, you probably missed the days when champions stayed in one division and dominated. Guys like GSP, Demetrius Johnson, and Anderson Silva racked up title defenses against dangerous contenders. That's how they cemented themselves as the best in their respective weight classes. Back then, being a champion meant defending the kingdom, not just taking the crown and running to a new castle. But now, a fighter wins one belt, declares himself the greatest, and immediately wants to move up. It's like buying your first car and immediately looking at Lamborghinis. Bro, can we see some oil changes and tire rotations first? And how many champions only defended once before getting beat or just lost their first title defense? When Topuria beat Volk, it was incredible. He lit the world on fire. Then he promised to give fresh contenders their shot, and I loved that. I was on board. I agreed with him. We were all tired of seeing the same guys get recycled title shots like we're stuck in a UFC Groundhog Day. Just look at how many times Dustin Poirier has fought for a title. He doesn't have to earn his way back. He just needs the belt to change hands. It's like he's got a backstage pass to every championship fight. And don't get me wrong, I love Dustin. But if we're being honest, the man has a cheat code when it comes to title shots. I wouldn't be surprised if the UFC has a standing in case of emergency call Dustin button in Dana White's office. So when Topuria made that statement about giving new guys a shot, I was excited. Of course, he had to fight Max Holloway first, and I understood that. That fight had to happen. Too much history, too much hype. But once he beat Max, I expected him to stick to his word. Start cleaning out the division like he promised. Instead, he vacated the belt and moved up. That's like promising to mow the lawn, then selling the house instead. In my opinion, you can't be considered the best in a weight class if you only defended the title once, especially when other champions have defended their belts multiple times against elite opponents. Topuria only defended once. We don't know how long he would have been able to hold that title. And now it seems like just winning the belt is enough. Holding on to it, defending it, that doesn't seem to matter anymore. To me, Illia Topuria can't be considered the featherweight GOAT off one defense. Volk still holds that spot in my eyes. He defended multiple times and took on all comers. He even moved up, failed, then came back down and kept defending. That's a champion. That's the blueprint. Topuria is trying to speedrun greatness, and I just don't think that's how legacy works. Now here we are. Topuria is fighting Charles Oliveira, and it might be for the lightweight title. This is a big gamble for Illia. Vacating a title is a huge deal. That belt opens doors, TV appearances, movie roles, sponsorships, leverage in negotiations. Tyron Woodley was on Hawaii 5-0 because he was champ. Usman was in Black Panther. Hell, Sean Strickland became famous enough to get stopped in public by people who don't even watch MMA just because he beat Izzy and started talking like your unfiltered uncle on Thanksgiving. The longer you hold the belt, the more money-making opportunities show up. That belt isn't just gold, it's a business card with unlimited potential. Topuria gave all that up. That's why I say this is a big gamble. If he loses to Charles, he's at the back of the line in a deep, dangerous lightweight division. And if Islam doesn't vacate, that belt just got even harder to claim. Lightweight isn't exactly full of soft matchups. These guys are killers, and they're big killers. Now, Charles is a favorable matchup for Topuria on paper. And I hate saying that because I love Charles Oliveira. If Islam vacates, I want to say the champion has a name and his name is Charles Oliveira. That line still gives me chills. But we've got to be real here. Charles has faced some monsters. Dustin, Justin, and Michael Chandler, twice. Those guys hit like trucks with bad intentions. I'd argue all of them hit harder than Topuria. Plus, Charles has the size advantage, and his striking is nothing to play with. The man isn't just dangerous on the ground, he can catch you standing too. This matchup is only favorable for Illia if his power translates to lightweight. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Muscle looks great at media day, but if it doesn't carry over in the cage, you're just a bulked up target. Illia is definitely betting big on himself, and if it pays off, he'll make a ton of money. He'll be the talk of the sport. But then what? Does he defend? Or does he pull a Henry Cejudo and retire while declaring himself the GOAT from the nearest podium. Because if he loses to Charles, he's going to have to claw his way back to a title against bigger, stronger guys who don't care about hype and definitely don't care about your Instagram followers. There's a reason he entered the UFC as a featherweight in the first place. He was giving up too much size at lightweight. That hasn't changed just because he knocked out Volk. This might be one of those cases where a fighter gets a little too confident, too fast. And hey, maybe it works out, but if it doesn't, he may have walked away from a division he could have dominated, and from a mountain of money that came with it. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think about Topuria moving up in weight. Until next time.